Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So we have a big message coming through, and this is going to be intense. When I asked what this conversation was going to be about, what I heard is a dark goddess has been set loose. Protect your peace, potential, and purpose. That's a lot. That's a lot. Dispel darkness. Dispel darkness. Okay. I think that's confirmation right there. There's going to be a need for you to consciously choose for yourself exactly what it is that you want to protect, that you need to protect, because some things in creation are just like mad disrespectful for no reason, just mad disrespectful. And you gotta make sure whatever that malignant intention, that effort, it doesn't reach you, that it's not allowed to be successful. All right, let's see how all of this is going to pan out. Okay, so first and foremost, dispel darkness. That came through beneath the deck at the very bottom. Oh, Lord. This is coming in hot. I'm not even joking. Okay. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. It's intense. Yes, it's an intense message, but it's a really good one. It's basically a reminder that the power really is in your hands, because it is. It is. It's not some, oh, let's try and tell you things that will make you feel empowered because blah, blah, blah. No. This is like actuality. So first and foremost, further confirmation, hex, banish. This is not about encouraging you to do spell work, especially if you're not really calibrated to do that type of thing. That's no. The message here is about making a decision to not allow any of this caca in. If you are afraid, that gives passive permission. So think about it. The people who try and instill fear in you, the people who are like, oh, this, you should be afraid of that is dangerous to you and it's going to harm you, and I'm just telling you because I love you. No, all they're doing is exacerbating your fear. They're making it easier for you to be absolutely breached. So how do you approach things? Well, having a goal of never feeling fear is ridiculous. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. At some point, you're going to experience some type of fear, some degree of fear. That's okay. What you need to understand is when you feel that fear, it's bringing your attention to what you need to address. Fear is nothing more than simply a notification system. Fear is nothing more than a notification system. It's letting you know what you need to pay attention to, because that's the thing that you're going to need to make sure you don't allow into your space. That's all fear is supposed to really be about. So if you pay attention and you allow yourself to recognize when there's something that needs to be addressed, it will work out fine. That doesn't make you accessible. However, when you feel that fear and then you get all shut down, you become very fear-filled, where it's like, oh no, I have no options. I have no choice. This is more powerful than me. This is bigger than me. And I'm kind of just going to be, a victim to this circumstance. Yeah, that's giving permission. You can allow yourself to enter into that space. And if that's the space that you have previously been entering into, you need to start halting that. Meaning, when you experience it, notice how we're being realistic here, right? When you experience that, you pause and you say, you know what? Do I really need to be afraid to this degree? I need to find solutions. I need to find ways to negate whatever this is, and then negate it. and you'll see how powerful you actually are. You will see how, without your permission, without your consent, you cannot be forced to participate in things that are designed to drain you, designed to sabotage your healing journey. These are things you have to consent to. You might not be consciously like, yes, go ahead and drain me. But when you're afraid and that fear is causing you to freeze and not take the appropriate action, yeah, you're empowering whatever is attempting to hurt or harm you. You always have control over yourself. So whether a dark goddess has been set loose, and I know exactly which dark goddess it is, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And when this dark goddess tries you, you know what you do? You use that as an opportunity to launch yourself to an even higher level, more expanded level of awareness and empowerment. Every single time something has tried me, every single time something has attempted, guess what? I jump to a higher level of understanding of myself, my purpose, and my power. Imagine how many times have dark things tried me? How many times have dark things infiltrated human beings and encouraged those human beings to try and create hell for me? I'm powerful not because I'm powerful. I'm powerful because I refuse to give in. Every single time something or someone tried to knock me down, every single time I got knocked on my ass, I stood back up. And I didn't see it as, oh my God, life is so unfair. It can feel that way sometimes. Let's be honest. It could feel that way sometimes. But it's not that way. If you can see it for what it is, you become empowered by it. So, how did I view that? How did I view those attempts? I'm doing nothing but squats. They're just squats. You sit, you stand up, you sit, you stand up, you sit, you stand up. You do that enough, you work that muscle, you increase in stamina, you increase in strength. And when you're fully present, you also work on your proprioception. What does that mean? That's your awareness of your space. That's your awareness of your positioning within your life. There's physical proprioception, and then there's spiritual proprioception. Most people have no concept of where they're at. They're going based on what other people are telling them. If I did that, I mean, by the sheer number of attempts, uh, it's just, yeah. I gotta laugh about it at this point. The sheer number of attempts to try and paint me as evil, convince me that I'm like a horrible person, despite the fact that I don't do anything to anyone. I would have been convinced probably. I feel like I would have been convinced had I not had some degree of spiritual proprioception. Because I have that spiritual proprioception and continue to work on further expanding it, guess what? I've come to realize whenever the amount of attacks increase, you know what that means? I'm right there. I'm about to level up. I'm about to reach a higher level of existence. So, what's so bad about that? What is so bad about that? You want me to tell you? Do you want to know? Do you want to know what is so bad about being in that space? Nothing. Nothing. When you begin to understand that when life gets really, really hard, this is the moment before you level up. So double down, triple down, quadruple down. Stay focused. Stay focused. Yeah. Soul is telling me to share this. My soul is telling me to share this. The first book is done. The first book about my life and my existence as a soul, it's done. Why do you think there's so much that's going on trying to negatively impact my health, trying to negatively impact my perception, trying to cause me to self-isolate, trying to cause me to shut down? You think I'm going to do that? You think I'm going to do that? No, now I'm tripling down. What's that mean? Well, triple down means, okay, you're trying to mess with my actual book project. Let me go ahead and speak to publishing about an additional project that's already finished as well. It's been finished for years. It's just a matter of selection. Let's go ahead and release that while we finish up. As a matter of fact, let's quadruple down. Let's start making content, the teasers for what will be in my book. Do you think I give a shit what Dark Anything wants? All I need Dark Things to do is show me what they want me to fail at, and that is what I will push and push and push to make sure succeeds. It's not because I don't have fear. It's because I have more courage than whatever fear exists. The goal was never to be fearless, to be devoid of the very thing that's showing you what is your primary focus, or at least should be. For many of us, because we feel afraid, what happens? We avoid the very thing we're afraid of. Why? Because we're afraid. You know how my brain is wired? The very thing that I'm afraid of, that's the thing I'm going to fixate on. That is the thing I'm going to charge towards. It doesn't matter if my voice shakes and my body trembles as I charge forward. I'm doing it. Have you ever thought that maybe when you feel this fear and your voice starts to shake and your body starts to tremble, that's evidence of you accruing massive amounts of energy to push you through this barrier, to get you through to the other side? Behind what the fear is what you have been working so hard for. Damn. Hot diggity damn. So do it. Do it. Do it. Why? Because you're protected. You see, this thing that you're trying to push out doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to you. Whatever this is, it's not yours. That's why you need to push it out. You need to push it out of your innermost circle. Your most sacred spaces is what's being attempted on. Your belief in yourself, your ability to commit to one of your processes. It's like I find that process other people's healing. We have loyalty that we refuse to show ourselves. Excuse me. So what needs to happen? You need to accept that your security, you're fine. You're fine. It might not feel like you're fine, but I promise you, you're fine. You're fine. Short of a medical circumstance, keep going. If it's a medical circumstance, get checked out. Whatever this is that's happening, you know what they're trying to prevent? Whatever is happening, do you understand what they are trying to prevent? I'll tell you. You're about to manifest prosperity, on such a high degree. This prosperity, it's enough to change your life. Think on that. Soul wanted me to share. Okay. My husband told me to check something this morning. He wanted me to check something this morning. It's something that, I was kind of like, this was a while back. I had told the community, hey, soul is giving me this message. Here you go. I'm sharing it with you. Get it, let it sit, write it all the way out. Do you guys remember that? It wasn't on TikTok. It was on YouTube. It was before I allowed myself to be visible on TikTok. It was on YouTube. And then Soul said, take the video down. Whoever needed to hear that heard that. You had to be live with me to hear that, because immediately Soul told me to take the video down. Do you want to see the effects of that from today? Soul says to share. Oh, I'm nervous. That's overnight. That's overnight. So, what's going to happen now? I don't know. I'm still going to let it sit, let it ride till my soul says, time to get off. You just let it ride. Let it fucking ride. Soul promised me some things about that. You guys remember, right? You guys remember? It was not a lot I put in there. It was not a lot. Soul said, listen. I said, okay. And there were things that happened with that really was like, oh did I misunderstand what Soul said? Because that's not looking good. That is not looking good. And you know what I did? If it's causing me anxiety, consistently checking on it, that is draining me. So guess what? Logged out of all of it. Left it alone, let it sit. I left it alone and I let it sit. That happened overnight. That's not done. It's not done, because what my soul promised me. About 8 digits. Minimal investment. About 8 digits. That's going to sit and I'm going to let it ride until soul gives me what it promised. Look. Prosperity manifestation. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. When you continue to trust in your soul, regardless of what darkness is trying to do, when you continue to trust in your soul, regardless of what darkness is trying to do, you then clear the pathway for soul to make good on what it's promised you. That's not a lot of money, you guys. That's not a lot of money yet. Not yet. I'm not getting in the way of that. I'm logging back out of everything. I don't need to see any more right now. But that's confirmation before I even came live. That was discovered while I was still in bed. this morning, barely waking up. You don't need to know what soul is doing in the background for you. Your soul is always on your side. What you need to pay attention to is the attempts to sabotage your efforts. Because I promise you, just a few days ago, maybe last week, I'm not sure, last week, maybe this week, something was trying so fucking hard to convince me, dump it all, cut your losses, just dump it all. You know what would have happened had I listened to that? And let me show y'all on TikTok what I was talking about. Soul says it's not fair. Whatever. Hold on. Oh, can you guys see it? Hold on. Oops. Let me go ahead and, stop. Here we go. Can you stop? Overnight. Had I listened to my fear, I would still be feeling like I fucked up. Feeling like I fucked up. If you allow your fear to be the very thing that runs your life, you're never going to accomplish anything. You're going to continue to back out right before whatever it is that your soul is delivering you hits. I've done that for much of my life. I've done that for much of my life. And I've shared this before. One time I went to the casino because I was like my family needs some cash. So my husband says, go ahead and play like $100. Once that's gone, that's it. Do not withdraw more. And then he says, once you hit something, please just cash out and let's leave. So he left me to my own devices. And I chose the Wheel of Fortune dollar slots. I love Wheel of Fortune. It tickles my autism. It does. All of that spinning and that just tickles my autism. So I was like, I'll go ahead and I'll play Wheel of Fortune slots. And you have to put the max bet. So every pull is $2. I go ahead and I put the max bet. And I'm over here like, I want to manifest the spin because that's the fun part. So I go ahead and manifest the spin. And I want to say I hit like $500 in that first spin. Within the first 5 minutes, I hit $500 off a $2 spin. So now I have quite a bit to play with. And I'm like, wait, what is the jackpot? Because there's a progressive jackpot. For all the people who are playing the jackpot, I don't know, like 1 million or 2 million, or it was 10 million. I don't know. It was a shit ton of money. And I was like, I don't want to spin. I want the jackpot. I'm one of those that if I really, really want something and I ask creation for it, and it's extremely rare for me to do this, creation will give it to me. It will give it to me. So I was like, I really want this. I really, really want this. I need this. We were homeless at the time. I was like, I really want this. So I go ahead and I put the max bet again. And right before the reels stop, like a split second before it lands, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. And then I was like, okay. And then the progressive sign hits, and the progressive sign hits, and the progressive sign hits, and it's fucking lined up. And I start screaming because Oh my God, I just made the progressive hit. Except in that moment that I pulled back, it was enough to fuck up everything. Why? Because the bottom of the symbol was right above the pay line. It lined up, yes. But in order for you to collect that, the pay line has to be at the center of the symbols. And I realized this because my machine didn't start screaming. I was like, why is it quiet? What? Yeah, I didn't win anything. Why? Because I pulled back like a fucking idiot. I pulled back right before it hit. I was so mad. I was in tears. I was so fucking mad. Yeah. That was a powerful lesson to learn. I finally left when I was maybe like at $200 or $300. And I was like, fuck this. I'm so pissed off. Fuck this. Never again will I pull back right before I receive the very thing I've asked for. As someone who never asks, I'm always given what little I ask for. So, are you ready to receive what it is you've worked so hard for? Not what you've asked for, what you've worked so hard for. Or are you going to continue the same cycle of putting all this effort, expending so much of your resources, your time, your energy, your consciousness, only to pull back at the last minute because you can't accept that you deserve this? Because I promise you, if you're that type of person, it doesn't make you a bad person, but this dark goddess will absolutely mess with your head and make you question what you deserve. And it's on you if you're going to let her. It is on you. It's on you. Yeah. Yikes. She was trying to convince me the other day that I shouldn't continue with the book. You guys have heard me mention the book a few times over the last how many months. She was trying to convince me yesterday. Or was it the other day? It was recent, within the last few days. She was trying to convince me. You know how? Because it's not going to be obvious. It's going to poke and nudge until one of your greatest fears awakens. So what did she do? It was covert. And if I wasn't paying attention, I wouldn't have noticed. And I would have absolutely backed away. What did she do? She encouraged me to wonder how people will receive what I've written. For those of you who are familiar with me, you know this book is about my soul history and what I remember. It's not going to be framed in that way, though. It's loosely based on real events. Loosely. How loose? And so what did she start putting in my head? People are going to think you're a liar. People are going to read this and they're going to be like, oh, she's damaged. Is it damaged or properly prepared? Are the things I remembered evidence of me being damaged as a soul? Or is it evidence of how unfuckwithable and unstoppable I actually am? Having been able to overcome so many different injustices and attempts, is it evidence of me being damaged and weak? or the opposite. And then, of course, this dark goddess then begins to put in my head, you can't control how people will take it. There are portions of the book when I submitted it to the publisher for the green light, if it could be included. The publishing team, after reading specific portions of the book, they could not respond to me for quite some time. They couldn't even finish that chapter. Some had to break it up into parts because it was so much. Not so much content, but so much to process. Just so much. And when you choose to purchase this book and you begin to read and you begin to understand, you'll probably wonder, if she's lived through all of this and she remembers all of this stuff that's been done to her, why does she still love people so much? Why does she still care so deeply? It's because that's what I was made to do. When you begin to understand that darkness and malignancy exists, to help you better understand exactly why you chose to exist in this life, in this form, at this time, you can begin to fully commit. You can begin to fully commit and you can stop questioning. Darkness and malignancy has a purpose in your journey. It's to help awaken the parts of you that will better understand the things that you had to experience to develop in the way you are developing. It doesn't make it okay when you go through hardship, when you go through pain. It doesn't make it okay because we're not trying to bypass. We're trying to understand what it is we're supposed to learn. And a lot of what's going to happen in this time, it's bringing in your manifestation, it's bringing in your prosperity. And if you double down, triple down, quadruple down, it will happen by this autumn. It will happen by this autumn. You're responsible for what happens, and what happens is based on your current level of ethos. If your ethos has to do with tearing you down, sorry, there's screaming happening. That dark, malignant shadow is very upset. Very, very upset that this conversation is happening because it's a powerful conversation. It's one that's helping you to understand there's a recalibration that's needing to occur within the way you perceive your life and your purpose, within the way you choose to move and navigate through all of these different circumstances. It wanted me to be shut down by my tears. It wanted me to choose to close myself off. Yet I continued. It's not a bad thing to experience an overflow of emotion. It is a bad thing to allow that emotion to be the very thing that shuts you down. purpose. What do you need to do? You need to never allow yourself to agree to the destabilization that's being attempted on you. No, I refuse. She's screaming. It's like, it's irritating my ear. It's like vibrating. She's screaming. Can you scream somewhere else, please? That's none of my concern. How that consciousness feels about attempting to sabotage and failing, it's not my concern. But what if she's pissed off? Then she should go talk to her therapist, talk to her mom. I don't know. Talk to someone, talk to God. I'm done. All my energy goes to what I am trying to build. No, Michael says, all my energy goes towards what I am already building. 8/28/11/11. Your reconvergence between the self and the soul, 8, is guiding you to converge with your purpose, 8/11/11. This is your moment of awareness of where you're at within your journey. This is a point where you begin to realize, oh my God, something's just clicked. Oh my God, I get it. I get it. These things that have happened, I get it. Oh my God, I'm right there at the very end. I'm about to make this happen. Your shift in perception is you rebalancing, you entering into that space of balance, you returning back to your center. When you return to your center, you dispel the darkness. You push it away, not because darkness is intrinsically evil, but because that type of darkness is intending to distort. There's someone in your life that's embodying this type of malignant, distortive darkness. They're not innocent. They keep pretending and presenting themselves as innocent, like, oh, I didn't know. Yes, they did. They had an idea of how their actions would affect you, and they still did it. Michael's trying to rile me up. He goes, tell them how you feel about that. You know, I've created my own recipe for high protein salted caramel macchiato iced coffee infused with mushrooms. It keeps me very focused. Focused on what? On what I need to be focused on. And what is that? Whatever my soul tells me to. I don't know. Whatever my soul tells me to. And so I focus. When you allow yourself to be in full control of your energy, your... Ooh, what happened? Determinations are now being submitted. So you're okay. Hold on, you're talking too much. So here's the thing. When people say that, when people say that you have a higher self, you have more than one higher self. So humans, your human consciousness, it's anchored in third dimensional frequency, which is harmonic universe 1. There are more than just 5 harmonic universes at this point. There's at least 6. We're about to enter into 7. So 6 harmonic universes, right? Harmonic universe 1, that's where your human consciousness and your human existence is located. That means you have 5 additional levels of higher consciousness. These are harmonic universes, and they have concentration of consciousness for each level. That means you have at least 5 higher selves. So All 5 are coming together to submit their determinations based on their level of consciousness. So each one is responsible for specific aspects of your journey, of your development, of your expansion of awareness, and of your dimensional level of consciousness. It's like chakras. They govern specific emotions and processes. Just like organs, they govern specific emotions and processes. It's the same thing with those harmonic universes. So based on where they're at, they are making determinations regarding whether you can graduate to the next level or you need to be bumped back down. So what does that mean? Well, they need to do some type of testing in order to determine appropriately and accurately your level of alignment for the next part. And if you don't have enough alignment for the next part, you haven't developed enough maturity in certain aspects of your perspective, not perception, but perspective, then unfortunately you have to repeat the grade. What is the test? It's this period right now. We're approaching, I believe, a super blood moon lunar eclipse that's also well within the proximity to the 9/9 portal. That's a triple type event. The potentiality, you guys, the potentiality, the 9th month, the 7th day, a 9-year. This is God flanking, protecting the completion so that you can graduate. This is important. I'm not going to do a fire ceremony on 9/9. I'm doing it on 9/7. And all of the different expedites that I'll have available, these are very specifically calibrated to push it all the way through. You know, I'm not interested in succeeding in life. I'm interested in all of us succeeding. This is not a thing of if I succeed, it's enough. No, it has to be all of us. It has to be all of us. So 9/7, extremely important date. Extremely important date. Extremely important. I cannot emphasize that enough. I'll post the link for the expedites maybe in the next day or so. Extremely, extremely, extremely important because it's like, what would it be equivalent to? It's the equivalent of you upgrading your boat into one that is appropriate for deep sea travel. You can't use a freaking speedboat if you're trying to sail to Antarctica. It'll break your ship and you'll sink. Have you seen the waves? Have you seen the waves? Yeah. You're being upgraded, but it has to be intentional. This is not going to be something where you just will accidentally, it'll happen. It'll just happen for you. No, this is intentional. You have to intend for this. It has to be it's a lunar eclipse, I believe. It's in Pisces. Hold on. Hold on. Eclipse. Oh, okay. Let me turn my phone back on. September 7 eclipse, Pisces. Okay. Oh my fucking God. It's a lunar eclipse in Pisces. Hold on. Because I'm absolutely astro illiterate. 12th house, meaning 12th house. Okay. House of self, house of, oh, no. Hold on. It governs the subconscious, solitude, and spiritual growth. Okay, if it's governing the subconscious is 90% responsible for what you manifest and what you're able to push through. So subconsciously, you don't believe you're capable, you're worthy, or any of that. You're not going to make it happen. No matter how much you positively speak to yourself, no matter how many affirmations, it's going to block it every single time. Every single time. So let handy dandy notebook, my manifestation pen. Hold on. I'm going to write this down because this is important. So I'm going to be creating a new expedite, subconscious. And then okay, oh, also for thought loops. Okay. So what does that mean? I'm not messing around. I'm saying with full authority, I will be correcting those things. It's about removing the mind slides. It's about erasing the thought loops. It's about aligning the subconscious. It's about being able to do that at a depth that can actually push forward change within your life. Change is important. Yesterday I was driving and I saw a double rainbow. One looked almost like neon colors. It was so bright. A double rainbow. See, you look for the rainbows in life, but you don't want the rain clouds or the rain. They go together. They go together. Whenever you experience the storms of life, that's when the rainbows will appear. That is when the rainbows actually appear. Rainbows never appear during a cloudless, sunny day. Why do you think you never see the rainbows when all you want in life is a sunny day? Accept all the different types of weather and all the different seasons you live in. Accept all of that. Oh my God. I smell my dog. mm. Do you know what my girl's name is? Do you know what my girl's name is? She's basically my daughter. Her name is Shiva. Do you know to what lengths she would go to protect me? I am her person. She adores me. Do you know how far she would go? She would go as far as coming back and sitting beside me to stand guard. This is an important message that's coming through for you guys. The fact that she is sitting beside me right now, standing guard. And she's not in her 16-year-old body, all wobbly and stuff. She's in her prime. Do you know what type of dog she existed as during her life with me? An American bully. Double wide, nothing but muscle. And when she's focused on protecting me, nothing will break her focus. She's such a good girl. She stinks though. She's heating up the room with her like, girl, please. Is it gonna be okay? Just lay down and rest. She's literally heating up the room. She used to do that when she was still in body too, with all of her heavy breathing. She used to heat up the room. I'm being told to tell you guys how the potential attempts might go for you. Whatever is the thing that will destabilize what you're trying to achieve, that's what's going to be attempted first. What does that mean? Example, part of what you're working on is inner work. You're working on helping yourself open to connections with others, right? Because you've been isolated most of your life. You feel like you don't have any friends. And so this has been the year or the last several months where you're very much working on connecting very deeply with people who are worthy of your connection. They'll go for that. If the way to destabilize you is to end a very important friendship, that's what they'll do. They'll try and create issues within that friendship that don't really exist. It'll be either in your mind or the other person's mind. And if it's not spoken about, it will absolutely be successful. Another example. Hi, Oscar. Another example. Say you're about to launch a business, or you've just launched a business, and therefore, you need all your finances in order, right? You've done what needs to be done. You have that little, working capital just sitting there in case there's other expenditures that need to happen. And then all of a sudden, there's a massive financial blow. What's that mean? A very expensive, unexpected expense suddenly hits out of nowhere. Like, what the frick? Are you serious? What in the world? Oh my God, how am I going to afford this? Well, now you have to dip into your working capital. I'm not talking about working capital loan. I'm talking about, maybe I shouldn't have used that term, your seed money. Now you have to tap into your seed money, and what you thought you would be able to kind of lean on as you establish your business is not there now. That's what you'll go for. If your health is a thing you're focused on, right? Your health. You're very active, you're very fit. Suddenly you can't be active, and your fitness goes in the trash. And now your body feels very, very weak. Yeah, that's what she'll go for. And she'll keep at it and chip away, chip away, chip away until you're destabilized. Why? Because, light codes are incoming. Light codes are incoming. That means during this period between now and the 7th, there's going to be a raining down. There's going to be a raining down of light codes. I haven't been outside, so I don't know for sure. But you need to start paying attention. Does the sun make your skin feel weird? Do you feel kind of sick after being in the sun for only a few minutes? That means they've released the fake sun again. Okay. So if it feels like that, stay out of the sun, because what's happening is light frequency is being allowed to enter into your field if you're exposed to it. And the intent for that is to corrupt coding. It's to uncouple your heterogenetic pairs, is to uncouple that. So if the sun makes you feel sick, stay out of the sun. If it's not making you feel sick, within reason, either at the very beginning of the day or at the very end, You don't want to do it at the sun, close to the sun's zenith, the highest part, noon, because that's too strong. But allow your skin to be exposed, again, within reason. Allow your skin to be exposed to take in those light codes. People think light codes is like, and it can mean so many different things, right? But most people within spiritual groups, spiritual spaces, they think light codes is something that's just like, is part of a light language, it's symbols and things like that. It's literally codes that are in the light. Your skin is a solar cell. It's a solar cell. So you let that absorb. Why do you think for many of us, the only things that we can afford are unnatural materials? Those unnatural materials, they distort the light code. Yeah. When you eat fresh food, that's not genetically modified. Those fresh foods they're nothing but a delivery system for you to take in the light internally. Now is the time to begin supercharging. And if you don't know how to supercharge, when is my event? Hold on. Sorry, guys. When is that? I just have to see. It's on the 13th. Go check out the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. I'm going to be having it on September 13th. Soul has such a way with timing. I'm going to be having it on September 13th, and that's where I teach. These are the basic principles of aura spectra biogenesis. This is the system that I was born into this life just knowing. I wasn't taught. I didn't read it in a book. I didn't find it online. I didn't have a guru or a teacher. I just know these things. So there's going to be a need to supercharge. And as we approach specific dates, the Andaran, the gates are going to be opened for more of these codes to come through. For those on all platforms except for TikTok, simply click on the QR code or the link in the comment. You can find the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop that way. For those that are on TikTok, go to the link in my bio, click the Hubi link, and then you'll see Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. So the stargates are going to be open for more of this very specific star. I'm not allowed to say that. How would I say it then? The mother is being called in. The goddess. She's being called in. Her name is Sophia. She is wisdom. She is knowledge in action. She's being called in, and there's codes that are going to be, I know, right? Michael goes, you're good. Yeah. Because I found a way to tell you without using the terms that I'm not allowed to use because it'll trigger. And then all the videos across all platforms will be taken down. So Mama's coming in. She's activating wisdom codes for those who are ready to receive the wisdom. I'm also told wisdom code calibration. Primer plus calibration. Okay. Tell me what else. Tell me what else. So the things that are happening right now, it doesn't want to come to an end. It's not going to come to a natural end. You have to choose to do what needs to be done for it to end. These things have to be a conscious choice. They have to be a conscious choice. And when it ends, then you have to let it. You can't keep holding on with bloody fingernails as it's ending. You have to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just fucking let it go. And then you know what happens when you let it go? Pour some sugar on me in the name of love. God gonna be sprinkling sugar all over you. You're gonna be all sparkly and stuff. So you have to allow flow and you have to observe as it flows. You have to allow the flow and you have to observe as it flows. You have to let these things happen. Okay. Yep. Yep. Got it. You just want to start shit, Michaela. Don't start shit. We're trying to behave today. Okay. Okay. There are those, and Michael's like, no, there's one specific. No, there are those who want to present themselves as celestial teacher. For these type of people, their job is to get you so effed up in your thoughts, get you so much in your fear that you are unbalanced. How are they doing this? They're giving you some bullshit teachings about shadow work. Shots fired. Shots fired. Hey, I'm just repeating what he's saying. Yeah, no, there's a lot of shit going around. I stay in my own lane. You have those who have been selected by the dark malignancies to really create a lot of cognitive dissonance, a lot of fear, and a lot of self-sabotage through your process. So you have to be very aware of that. Am I naming names? No. Why am I not naming names? Well, first off, why do I need to name names? This live stream is not about any specific person, as much as Michael wants it to be. It's not about any specific person. This is about you receiving an awareness that you are in charge of wielding. You're in charge of wielding it. That means you need to pay attention. So if I'm going to tell you, oh, it's this specific person, then you're not paying attention to the other people that are serving this role, because it's not just one person that's doing this. Are they aware? Probably not. They probably think they're like God's gift or something. They probably think they're like chosen. Okay. You guys heard me talk about the term chosen, right? The term chosen is part of Baal worship. That's a demonic. That's a principality. It's more than just a demonic. It's a principality. Baal, that's the golden calf. That's the one that made Moses wild out. You ever seen, what is it? Is it called Moses? With Charleston Heston? Is that his name? And he went up the mountain. He was so pissed off because the people forced his brother to make, they melted all their gold and they made this big ass cow that they had. Oh shit. Does this have to do with Taurus? Is there a Taurian in your life that's like about to crash out? Oh shit. I don't know. Oh my God. Oh, is it the 10 Commandments? Oh, I just got a notification. Absolutely confirms where things are headed. Okay, so for some of you, this is quite literally a Taurian. Someone that is Taurus in your life. I'm not talking shit about all Taurians, okay? I'm not talking shit about all Taurians. This is someone who has Taurus somewhere in their chart. If it's not their sun, it might be their moon or it might be somewhere else. I don't know. But it's someone that has Taurus in their chart and they're ready to go full toxic. They're ready to go full toxic because I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, newly awakened, you have a Taurus moon, but you're not toxic though. You're funny as hell, is what you are. You hella funny, girl. You're not toxic. You're so far from toxic. Whatever this is, they're getting ready to just really create problems for you. It's not all Taurus people. Let's make this very, very, very clear. Okay. It's not all people who have Taurus in their chart somewhere. This is a very specific message. Whoever this is, they're being run by the wicked bull. Oh. And whatever Taurus placement they have, that's being used as an entryway because they're already in their toxic space. So they're already not seeing clearly. They're not. So all it takes is for Lily to dress up as a matador, wave a little red something in front of you, and this person is going to try and ram the shit out of you. Metaphorically, of course. It's a metaphor. Be careful about that. Unless the Taurus person in your life is already in some type of toxic spiral, it probably doesn't apply to you. Don't worry. Don't just start cutting people out. But if the Taurus person in your life is already in a toxic spiral, that fucking cow has to go. Get out the smoker and your butcher's knife. We're having BBQ for dinner. I'm like, you fucking cow, I will eat you. I will turn you into a tomahawk fucking steak and eat you. uh, uh, I'm big on protein. So I'm just saying, don't fuck with me. Leave me in my Delulu land. So, whoever needs to hear that, be careful. Be careful because if they're allowed to continue whatever it is that they're doing, it's going to interfere with your transformation. It's going to interfere with your ability to overcome your own self imposed limits. Okay. So, this is not about fighting with other people. If you're receiving the message as that, then you know Lily is already fucking with you. That's not the message at all. It is not about, yeah, get ready to fight with other. No. It's about not being accessible so you don't waste your energy on that shit. That's an energy dump. It's a waste. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Why would you fall for that? Sometimes people will be sent to challenge you just to see if they can get you to expend energy that you didn't need to expend. And when you expend that energy, you know what happens? Nothing. What does that mean? Everything that you're trying to work towards, nothing is going to come out of it. Why? Because you spent all your energy that should have went towards that. That's why. That's why. So, okay, like a year ago, someone tried to do this to me. And then they tried to involve other people to try and do this to me. Expended zero energy on that. Instead, you know what I did? I expended energy and finances on a Harvard lawyer. Didn't expect that one, did you, bitch? And then, you know what else I did? I expended my time and energy to go ahead and contact a publisher. And then I expended my time and energy to connect with a phenomenally talented artist. So how'd that go for you, you fucking cow? It didn't, did it? It didn't. So too bad. Too bad. Life went on. Life went on. without any depletion. Why? Because I didn't allow it. I didn't allow it. These attempts to present your character as something less than what you actually are, fuck that. Who cares? The people who will believe that are people who already thought that about you. Well, because you're a bad person, because it's true? No, because they're jealous. They didn't like you because your light shines a light on their perception of their shortcomings. You didn't do anything. So that's not your problem. Are you a therapist? Are you getting paid for therapy? Right? Are you their therapist? Are you Oprah? You bring them on your show to like what? To help them heal? Or no, yeah. Stop it. Let it go. Walk forward. Use your energy for the things it needs to be used for. Stop trying to be patient with people's processes that have nothing to do with you. Oh, that's a message right there. Some of you have been being convinced by, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Some of you have been being convinced by others that the right thing to do is to be patient and quiet. And somehow that's an evolved thing, that if you're patient and quiet as someone tries to wreak havoc on your life, that somehow paints you as evolved. I don't know. To me, it paints you as an enabler. It does. I'm like, why the fuck would you just sit there? If you know someone's aiming at you, why are you just going to sit there? Why are you just going to sit there? Okay, you're trying to be patient while they find their whatever you think they're looking for. I promise you they're not looking for it. I promise you. And you sitting there being an easy target is doing nothing but enabling them, because now they think like they're some hot shit because they tagged you and they tagged you and they tagged. You know, I went to laser tag as like a team building. We did a team building exercise, and we went to laser tag. And it just so happened that there was this kid there, two kids. They're probably tweeners. And my equipment was malfunctioning. And so I stopped playing and I was like, what the fuck's happening with my equipment? And this little fucker kept running past me, shooting me. And I'm like, hold on, my equipment's malfunctioning. And he thought he was the shit until my entire team cornered him. This guy wasn't part of the team building. My entire team cornered him and we all was shooting from all directions. And now he's pissed. Fuck you. Because he was doing that to all of us. So without plotting on a tween, all of us were finally really pissed off. So fucking annoyed by this guy that when he tried to hide behind one of the structures, we all kind of just surrounded him, just kept shooting at him. He was so pissed. What? That's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted. And then when he did that, when we did that, he finally understood, like, we're not enjoying the way you're playing. This is a fucking game. We're not enjoying the way you're playing with us. When you don't take action and someone is maltreating you, someone is triangulating, you're encouraging it. Not saying you deserve it, not saying you started it. I'm saying it's being encouraged. That person is becoming emboldened. They're becoming emboldened. And I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad, to make you feel like you messed up. I'm telling you this because when they do it again, and they will, they got away with it for how long? When they do it again, now you know what you need to do. I learned this firsthand in real life. That person got so emboldened, they began threatening to physically harm many people. All because I stayed quiet. I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not going to respond to this. This doesn't deserve my energy. No one deserves your energy, and when your energy is being drained. Okay. You are definitely a free spirit. You can move in any direction you want to move. This period that's coming up, it's giving you the potential to not just move, but to elevate as you move. And that's how you begin to climb. That's how you begin to really create progression for yourself. You have to communicate between the self and the soul. You got to stop howling at the moon and start speaking to your soul. I think for many of us, we don't want to hear what soul has to say because guess what? Soul is going to tell us everything we need to know, and we don't want to be called out. Soul's going to call you out anyways. Might as well listen. Might as well listen and receive the guidance that you need. So I'm going to pull one last card. And it's going to be a Kali card. You know what I would love to see? I would love, love, love to see Kali go player versus player with Lilith. Would you guys like to see that? See Kali fight Lilith? Death match. I would love to see Kali, not just with her sword. I would love to see her using Shiv's trident as well. I'm saying, like, Shiv, help your girl out. Help your girl out, you know? Don't just stand there. Don't just watch. Give her your trident. You love Parvati, right? Okay, just because she's a little tan right now. Okay, let me stop. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I do love me some Geminis. I do. What happened? Oh. Are there specific dates on which we shouldn't launch what we have been creating? For example, would it be okay to launch during eclipse season, or is it too disruptive of an energy attachment? Well, I'm astro illiterate. Literally. I'm literally astro illiterate. I don't know nothing about nothing. You should ask astro people. Yeah. They track all the positionings and know the meaning of everything. The only time that I know the meaning of something is because my soul has told me. So it's very specific to me and my journeys. I wouldn't know. I wish. I don't want to lie to you though. I don't want to mess up whatever you have planned. Because oftentimes when I am told to do something, everyone else is told not to. So it's like, yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's a card. Krishna. There we go. There is spiritual intelligence within your soul. It is the genius of becoming, of ripening from potential into glorious manifestation. Oh, I love that. Intimate communion with your own heart will reveal what it is you truly yearn for and set the process in motion for what that yearning is and for it to be satisfied. The holy fire is Kali, and she is within your soul. Follow the yearning, seek the light. Let yourself burn bright for what inspires you, and you shall see the path to fruition clearly before you. Believe in what is meant to be. Oh, this is very much tracking with what Soul been saying. The name Krishna translates as you are fire. Agni is a two-headed deity of fire and a potent symbol of supernatural power. On the physical level, fire generates light and heat to cook food, thereby representing both transformation and nourishment of the life force. The inner digestive fires that metabolize food and allow us to gain nutrients represent the inner nourishment of fire and symbolize the soul's need to digest our life experiences for spiritual growth. Fire can create purification for regeneration, such as that seen in a forest after it simultaneously burns away old growth and stimulates new seeds. In that sense, it is also the power of ripening, of bringing something from an idea or potential into fruition and fulfillment of innate purpose. Y'all, soul is letting you know. Oh my God. On a spiritual level, fire attracts the soul, helping it find its way through darkness towards warmth and light. The life enhancing and alchemical properties of fire transform physical materials as well as the subtle body of the soul. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates tremendous potential for personal transformation and spiritual growth. Let me just say this, okay, because a lot of people don't realize this. Oftentimes, and this is very common, when you experience personal and spiritual transformation, your soul creates opportunities for your financial to reflect that. What does that mean? In the spiritual community, people think anything having to do with money is wicked, is evil, is non-spiritual, is creating more karma. Lies. Anyone who tells you that, anyone who tries to force you into that program, you need to look them in the eyes and ask them, what are you personally doing to abolish the need for false fiat for money? What are they personally doing to eliminate the need for money within the world we live in? Because unless they are successfully initiating the process of removing money, they need to be quiet. Why? Because we all need to pay to exist. We all need to pay to exist. So your pursuit, within healthy reason, of course, your pursuit of financial stability is absolutely part of your spiritual journey. Why? Because if you're financially stable, you don't have to be ridiculously rich. You don't have to be wealthy. And there's differences between the two. If you are financially stable, you then have more time, energy, and focus to be able to cultivate the parts of you that turn you into a gift to humanity. Yes. Yes. That's why. Take a look at this, okay? The people who are faking their spiritual evolution, they are faking their spiritual development. They are cosplaying what they believe is a spiritually advanced, evolved person. You notice how they're always struggling for money, and that's why they attack other people who they think is successful. It's because they're faking their shit. They're faking it. They're faking it for income. Versus the opposing polarity of that, which is what? I'm not faking shit. And my soul ensures there's always financial stability. Mind you, I'm not rich. My soul ensures there's always financial stability. Why? So I can continue to further cultivate more of my skills to be an even greater gift to humanity. It's not a cosplay for me. I'm not interested as being seen as spiritual, evolved, or any of that shit. I just want to do what my soul brought me into this form to do. And then go be with my family. That's it. That's all I want. You can see this plain as day if you really allow yourself to look at me. You see this in everything I do. Nothing about me regarding this has changed the entire time I have been publicly visible. Nothing about me regarding this has changed. Not when I was homeless, not that Now I'm in a home. Nothing has changed about this. I just want to help and be with my family. You need to do what you need to do to create financial stability for yourself. And I'm not talking about things that are illegal or immoral or unethical. You need to do what will help stabilize you. For some, it's earning more money. For others, it's allowing yourself the opportunity to earn. Stop giving everything away. I will never ask any of you to give me the thing that I want from you. Do you make necklaces? How much is that? Let me see if I have something in my budget to buy it from you. Why? Because I respect you and I honor your value. That's why. I don't expect free things. Are you kidding me? Did you spend money, time, energy to cultivate that, to make that, to purchase that? Okay, what is the value you're fixing on it? Because if I want it, I need to find a budget to buy that. So, Michael says, give this example. That crystal, that crystal was expensive. It was fucking expensive. It was. It's from a small store that I happened to come across. At that time, I had a big reach. I could have leveraged that. I could have leveraged that. You give me this crystal for free. I'll promote you on social media. Here's my analytics. And this is how far I'll be able to promote your business. I have viewership in every country except Antarctica. I could have absolutely leveraged that. I could have gotten everything for free. What did I do? I went ahead and I paid the price they told me. I was willing to pay the full price. That's the price you set. That's the price I'm going to pay. And then the person went ahead and called the owner. They have no idea my name or anything like that. But they knew I came back. I traveled quite a few hours through several states in order to purchase this. I went back twice. First time, and then I went back a second time specifically to get that crystal. And he said, he appreciates that I came back. I couldn't bring it on a plane. That shit's like, I don't know, 60 pounds. What? It kissed my hand and cut me when I first touched it. It had to come home with me. It already had my blood on it. So he gave me a discount, like $100 off. I didn't ask for it. I was like, are you sure? It's like, yeah. Oh my God, thank you. You have to allow yourself to receive. You have to. You have to allow yourself to receive. You have to be open to receiving what it is you need, whether it's something that's financial or something that's like emotional support, social support, whatever it is. Allow yourself to receive, because clearly soul is about to make things happen for you. You may feel like you are struggling, but your soul is actually gaining strength. What you desire may seem so far beyond your current reach, yet the oracle indicates your inner potential for tremendous accomplishment. The Hindu texts say that Agni exists not only as fire, but as lightning and the sun itself. Lightning is a symbol for sudden illumination that emerges unexpectedly. Lightning is also one of Kali's weapons. She just commands it, directs it. Love it. Lightning is a symbol for sudden illumination that emerges unexpectedly, often in the midst of a tremendous psychological or emotional storm. In that sense, Agni is the power to see with clarity. Such a powerful and searing insight can be intense enough to uproot a stubborn psychological pattern permanently. So you need to. You heard a month ago, your abundance will fall like the horse chestnuts in autumn. Oh my God. My mother loved horse chestnuts. Oh my God. How do we increase our vibration and frequency to connect with our higher self? Well, those are inversely tied. So if you raise one, the other lowers. And if you don't know which one to raise, that's where you're going to need to start learning about that. Is very, very important. I am teaching a workshop September 13th. If you want to partake in that, go to the link in my bio, click on the Hubi link, and then look for Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. And you'll learn exactly how to do that. So let's see. The jolt of her uprising wisdom, the severity of her suddenly bestowed clarity can burn down the house we have built. We can no longer sustain a comfortable delusion. We must become honest with ourselves or change our approach to a situation based on the new information available. There is a temporary loss to gain greater freedom to grow on all levels. Ooh, that temporary loss. That temporary loss is actually a clearing out of the old, so you're not commingling the two. That's like if poison has been poured in your cup and you toss out the liquid, are you just going to pour new liquid in it? No, you have to completely rinse it out. So that temporary loss is you clearing out the vessel before new energy is allowed to enter. As the sun, Agni represents the light that ends the darkness. Yet Kali, the divine mother of dark grace, is the first of the tongues of divine fire. Okay. This is a key to Kali's mysteries. It differentiates her from the concept of darkness as an evil or obstructive force against our spiritual awakening. Kali leads us into darkness to free us, not to impede our progress. To be led into that darkness by something that is purified by fire is the same as leading you back into the womb to be reborn, rebirthed. There's a difference between a malignant darkness leading you into the shadows to mislead you, to keep you lost, to keep you preoccupied, afraid, destabilized, versus something that is of purity, baptized in the flame, leading you back into the womb to be reborn. Reborn as another version of yourself? No. Reborn as the truth of who you actually are. There's differences. And the people who don't have enough experience, knowledge, or purpose, speaking about darkness and shadow as though it's evil, they're the ones misguiding you. They're the ones who are bringing you into the artificial light to blind you so you don't see. See what? The reality of what your soul is showing you. So I've had people over the years try and convince others that, oh, she's dark, she's wicked. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait, we need music. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay. And then there's people who are like, oh my gosh, you have to repent. You have to repent. Repent to Jesus because you're listening to this wicked girl. You know, I spoke to Jesus and me and Jesus are both sick of your shit. Okay. So why do they want you to steer clear of me? Well, I found one of two reasons. One of two reasons. They're preparing to cosplay me. And if you see me, if you see my videos, you'll know that they're copying me. They're pretending to be me. Secondly, the second reason, why would someone try and scare you away from me? Because they're doing the dark, malignant work. Because by simply being in my presence as I'm speaking, I'm not talking about services. I'm saying simply hearing me speaking, my opinions out loud, is going to override all the distortions that have existed within you, and they will no longer have a hold over you. Ain't that some shit? I don't even need to know you exist. Just the fact that you're exposed to the way I see the world, it's going to help give you the clarity that you need to seek further clarity on your own. Notice how there's no dependency there. I don't need you to follow me. I don't need you to worship me. I don't need you to see me as something other than what I am, which is what? A stay-at-home mom that happens to be able to do shit other people can't do. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Among other things, yes, but that's my primary identity. Stay-at-home mom. No college education, no none of that. Stay-at-home mom. As though that's not enough. It's not a loss. Whatever it is that's being kept from you because someone's listening to someone else, that's not a loss, babe. You are a gift. You are a gift first unto yourself and then unto others. And anyone that wants to throw the gift away, that's okay. That's okay. You know, when I was much younger, I was very bullheaded. If you've upset me, if you've offended me in some way, and it's hard to do that, but once I'm offended, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. And I'm not going to have anything to do with you. I don't care what I need from you. I'll figure out another way. I won't involve you at all in my journey. I won't accept anything from you. And that's not a good trait. It's not. That's not a good trait. Why? Because it created a lot of hardship for me unnecessarily. It was valuable to learn, but it was unnecessary for me to learn in that way. And now I realize that because I learned in that way, right? So one time when I was pregnant with my first child, I couldn't work because I'm an alien. And pregnancies try to unalive me. So I get very, very sick, and I'm told to stay in bed rest until I give birth. And so my very first pregnancy, I was having issues with my then sister-in-law. Was there a problem between us? No, I was just very staunch in my beliefs on certain things. Was it because she was a bad person? When I finally allowed myself to get to know her, she's not a bad person at all. I still have so much love for her, even though she's no longer my sister-in-law and hasn't been my sister-in-law for like double-digit amount of years. Yeah, double-digit amount of years. So I still have love for her. So what happened? Well, she was trying really hard to make up for that rocky beginning to our relationship. And when she found out I was pregnant, she wanted to give me a very generous gift. And I was stuck in my head about, I don't like her. Because once I decide something, you're not budging me. I decided I didn't like her with really no basis to not like her. And then what happened? Well, I needed a stroller. So she bought me an expensive stroller, a stroller that came with a car seat. And they said that, hey, so-and-so has just delivered a gift for you. She's not here anymore. I know you don't want to see her, but she got a gift for you. It's for the baby. It's right there. And I was like, no, tell her to return it. I didn't even unwrap it. I didn't unwrap it. I was like, I don't want anything from her. Because I'm stubborn as fuck. Yeah. And they're like, but it's not even for you. It's for the baby. Well, it's my baby. I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. It was an expensive car seat stroller combo. There was no fucking reason for me to do that. None. And I look back now and I was like, that was so stupid. That was so fucking stupid. What did she even fucking do? And it took many years for me to get past that. Many years for me to get past that. And then when I finally got past it, I fucking love her. No matter what happened between her and my sibling, I love her. I love her. She's always been so good to me. She's overlooked so much of my bad behavior towards her. And I was fucking rotten. I was rotten. I would go out of my way to make her feel uncomfortable because I was pissed for many years. Again, she didn't do anything. It was a fight, an argument between me and my sibling. And I was pissed about it. So I went ahead and I was like, okay, I'm going to take it out on her to piss you off. There was nothing that needed to happen there. I didn't need to do any of that. Yet I did. Why? Because I was so hell-bent on committing to something that took me so many years to outgrow, an ugly part of my character. Now I use my stubbornness in a positive way. I don't do it to show people I can be stubborn. I am stubborn in such a way that lets anyone who tries to step in front of me as I'm achieving what I am achieving for myself and my family, you can't stop me. There's no way I'm ever going to just stay down. No way in hell. I will never allow you to dictate to me how much of my soul's purpose I will achieve in this life. So that circles it back around. There's a dark goddess, Lilith. It's Lilith. She's up to her fuck shit again. What's new? What's new? Nothing, obviously. She's up to her fuck shit again. She's doing whatever the hell she wants. She's been given the green light to go ahead and destabilize as many people as possible. Personal destabilization, and then eventually it will trickle into collective destabilization. We can't be stopped. Unless you agree to allow her to stop you. You can't be stopped. I'm not going to agree to nothing. I'm stubborn, remember? Yeah. That's why I'm perfectly suited for the purpose I was created for. My stubbornness, as long as it's used in the way it's intended to be used, then no, it's not a bad thing. But when I use it with ego in mind, and that's a bad thing. That depletes you for no reason. So be ready, be aware, and exactly, Charlie, never comply when it comes to tyrants. Never comply. Never comply. Never. I love you guys. I'm going to write the different types of expedites that I'll have available for the 9/7 event. I hope you guys join me for that. As soon as that's available, simply go to my Hubi link and you'll be able to see all of that. Okay. So I'm going to go live on 9/7 rather than 9/9. I'll still be able to utilize that 9/9 frequency. And it's going to be an amazing, intense opportunity for all of us. So, yes, thank you for the reminder, Lindsay. I have the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop coming up. That's where I'm teaching you how to harness your actual power. This is a 4-hour virtual workshop. Oh, let me put it on the screen. Sorry. This is a 4-hour virtual workshop. TikTok, you can find it through the link in my bio. And this virtual workshop, it is live and is recorded. So if you have to step away during the live event, or you want to view the content after the live event, you can go ahead and do that. You can access the recording. There's 2 ticket options. The first one is for the event only, which that alone is powerful. The second ticket option is the enhanced ticket option. That one, the enhanced ticket option, and none of this is going to be publicly broadcast, just so you guys know. The enhanced ticket option is a second event that happens right after the workshop is done. I'll be doing activations for everyone. And typically the soul will choose anywhere from like 7 to 10 activations. I don't choose, your higher self will choose. So those 7 to 10 activations, your higher self will choose. It doesn't matter how much it costs separately. I'm doing all of what your soul asks. If your soul wants more than 10, I'll do more than 10, literally whatever your soul asks. Most people will either receive 7 to 10 because that's how much the average person can handle without fracturing their auric field. So that's a very, very important thing to note. I'm only doing what is safe for you, not what ego says you want to have, but what is safe for you. So with those activations, by the end of the workshop, even without the activations, you'll be more powerful than any Reiki master that you've ever come across. You'll be more powerful than any level of Reiki master that you will ever come across. By the end of that 4-hour workshop, my system transcends human existence. It transcends it. It goes deep down into core codes. So this is a very powerful opportunity to learn how to work on yourself. This workshop is not intended to teach you how to work on other people. This workshop is a prerequisite for my certification program, which teaches you how to work on other people. So this is a very powerful, powerful opportunity for many people, because now you'll learn how to maintain your auric shields, your chakras, how to defend yourself, and how to be aware of what's happening within your field. We all need this level of awareness and skill development. Those are things you shouldn't have to pay someone to work on. Those are things you should be able to work on all on your own, all on your own. Okay. So I'm going to get going, guys. I love y'all and I like y'all. I have to know you a little bit longer. I have to know you a little bit longer, and then I can say I love you. But I've been with my YouTube people for a very long time. Okay.